So, hey folks, it's Alex, and I'm here at the Hidden Lake Hotel and Apartments in a small New Zealand town called Cambridge, which is just about 20 minutes south of the North Island's third biggest city of Hamilton, and it is quite amazing. And I'm trying to find the Hidden Lake, which apparently, according to Google Maps, is just in front of me. So we will see if that is actually the case. It is literally hidden. There's like trees everywhere. Hang on, this is looking hopeful. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh, that is quite spectacular. All right, let's go down and see what we can find. What a gorgeous day. You know, I forget when I'm living in Australia, just the sound of the birds you get in New Zealand, especially at this time of the morning. It's just magnificent. So I'm over in New Zealand. I came over to visit my family and go to my nephew Matt's wedding, which was at this beautiful, very sort of forested, treed wedding venue just outside of Cambridge. Just a beautiful place. Just such a fantastic wedding. And so we stayed overnight in Cambridge. And I haven't really been to Cambridge properly before. And God, it's really just a gem. And, oh wow, look at that. Really is a hidden lake. And this is looking like a slightly dodgy path, but didn't realise we were so high up. The Waikato River flows through Cambridge, and you know, I don't know if it's connected to the lake, but that might be a reasonable assumption. I guess it would help if I actually did some research on these things. Morning. Hi. Yeah, that's another cool thing about New Zealand. Everyone's so friendly. Mostly. Wow, so that is a World War II secret aviation fuel depot. Wow. That's not so good. It sounds like they had some issues with it. But how cool is that? Again, just random piece of history. Let's see where this goes. Oh man, there must be some kind of market or something that's kicking off here. Again, what a beautiful place. All right. So, someone said to me that the hardest thing about doing these kind of vlogs is to kind of just sound like yourself.
What have you got on the top of the end of that?
Ah, it's so cool. It's an Osmo 360 camera, and it makes the selfie stick disappear, so it looks like looks like someone is just filming you from above you.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, kind of cool. Great technology.
Good,
Yeah, thank you.
you can usually tell selfies.
Yeah,
What did you call it?
it's an Osmo 360.
Osmo 360.
Yeah. And there you go. What was I saying about everyone in New Zealand being friendly? So as I was saying, so someone said to me, like, the hardest thing about doing these kind of things is to sound like yourself and to find your voice and also get over the self-consciousness of talking to yourself, but you're kind of talking to the camera as well, and everyone's who passes you kind of looks at you slightly sideways and says, you know, like, what are you doing? But if you get over that, and if you have, I guess, enough resilience, then all is good. But what an amazing place. I sort of feel like I want to just get a bit closer to it. Seriously, what a beautiful park. Look at these lily pads. The amount of bird song is just phenomenal. So lucky with the weather. It's going to be 21 degrees today. And there's literally barely a cloud in the sky. Barely a cloud. And you can see, like, the reason this is so hidden is it's in this sort of valley with just these amazing trees all around it. And either side of this is the small town of Cambridge, which is, you know, buildings and people. You don't even know this is here. Morning. All right, so one downside of this 360 Osmo is it's not exactly subtle. As much as the camera and the selfie stick disappear when you've done your videoing, which is cool, it's like totally in your face when you're actually walking around with it. And no one likes anyone with a selfie stick, but hey, short-term discomfort, right? This is just incredible. Like that tree. It's growing on the side of this bank. How does it support all of that weight when it's almost at an angle over this bank, which has got water underneath it? Just, you know, nature, eh? I think one of the things about Cambridge is this rural central North Island town is that there are a lot of plants, trees that were brought in by the European settlers. And I think even the fact that the place is called Cambridge is a pretty good indication that the first European settlers here wanted to remind themselves of their home, where they came from. And they brought with them plants, trees, names, and tried to turn it into this sort of merged version of England and native New Zealand. And like those trees there, those look like redwoods. Morning. And I know nothing about trees, but they're kind of red. And they're made of wood, so I reckon they could be redwoods. I reckon they are. I'm going to say that they're redwoods. And like even that is just such a magnificent tree. Again, no idea what sort, but you know. And then like the juxtaposition, you've got that, and then you've got native ferns. Like these ferns must have been there for so long. And that tree there, it's just enormous. I mean, how lucky would you be to be able to walk around this every morning, get your daily exercise? Maybe I'll make the selfie stick go up a little bit higher. Just to see what it's like. Oh, I see the ducklings. So tiny. Makes you wonder what's in the lake. Just assume there's fish. It's probably eels. It's kind of a typical thing you find in New Zealand lakes. Look at the colours. Those colours are just beautiful. So I lived the first 20 years of my life, pretty much, in New Zealand. Cambridge was pretty close to where I lived. I mean, it was only an hour and a half away. Don't think I ever came down here. At least maybe I passed through, but I didn't stop and look, didn't stop and stay. Would have had no idea that this place was here. You know, and you think about the things you miss out on your own back door, your own doorstep. And you when you live in New Zealand, you sort of sometimes take it for granted about how different it is and how beautiful it is. Then you go live somewhere which perhaps isn't quite like this. You then maybe get a little bit of appreciation. But this is just so unique. It's just this blend of everything, New Zealand and England, and just so beautiful. I think I'm going to rant on about how beautiful it is for a while, but it really is. It's hard not to get captured in it, right? Been so lucky with the weather, because this is early November, 2nd of November, and you know, the weather can be still a bit changeable. It can be cold. It's not really summertime yet, but this is still calm. It's not, doesn't feel that cold. It's going to be 21 degrees today. Probably a note to self to actually, before I do anything like this, to actually research things a little bit more so I have more to say. But, you know, I always seem to wing it. Tend to wing it at work. It's kind of less stressful. Just say what you're thinking. And okay, so now they've got this trees where they've got this kind of vines that have grown up them. It's just so green, 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 green. All these different shades, like that's what a magnificent place. Look at that bench. It's beautiful. Morning. So the place I'm staying at, I think is that building that I can see up there. And I think that window is where they have their restaurant and serve breakfast, which then makes sense, right? Because you can actually see the lake from the hotel. From the room we're staying in, you just see the trees. And unless someone says to you, hey, there's actually this really amazing lake. I mean, granted, the hotel's name, which is the Hidden Lake Hotel, might be a bit of a giveaway that there is something here. Awesome place to walk your dogs. I remember we did a trip to the South Island a couple of years back, and we had a trip around on a boat around Marlborough Sounds, which is also equally beautiful part of New Zealand, spectacular. I remember the guide was saying that they were doing a lot of work to eradicate some of the predatory species that have been introduced into New Zealand that had killed a lot of the native birds, and they knew they were being successful when they could hear birdsong again coming back to some of the islands, small little islands in the Marlborough Sounds. And you can really appreciate it when you're somewhere like this and you can hear what is obviously a thriving wildlife area. You just hear the birds, just the thousands and thousands, all the different sounds. I'm not sure if it'll come up in the microphone, but I can tell you it's really quite incredible. Again, everything's incredible, but it really is. Yeah, so Cambridge, eh? I'm going to think it. I mean, I heard that Hamilton had a nice botanical garden, but I mean, God. Never heard about this. What a spot. So, thoroughly recommend it. Look at that little stream. Everything's just so beautifully done. They've just thought it through, planned it out. Something about the sound of running water. Oh, maybe I'll go up. Why not? I mean, how peaceful is that? Oh, get my steps in, get my stair climbs in. This is where you find out how fit you actually are. Which I think in my case might not be as fit as I want to be or think I am. Lake Tiko Utu Cascade. just like that, we're back up to the beautiful Cambridge.